this man was allowed to, after he'd squandered all his wealth, go out to do the work of feeding the pigs, the swine, out in the fields. And so maybe these two stories are connecting right here at this point, is that this is where the demonic possession picks up, is where you've exhausted everything that the Father gave you, and now the demons have owned you and destroyed and taken away your life and your sustenance and everything good that was given to you by the Father in heaven. And the demons have taken over your life and cast you out and left you empty and void. Your alcoholism, your drug abuse, your abuse towards others, your hatred towards people, your pride, everything that you once had is now gone, and now you're flat on your face, working for foreigners, having nothing. And I think that's the picture that this paints, is this wasteful son is at the bottom. He's hit rock bottom. He has nothing. He's out slopping the hogs. Where that he has nothing left. But it says, then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into the fields to feed the swine, and he wished he would have gladly filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, but no one gave him anything to eat. He wasn't even allowed to eat the pig slop anymore. He had nothing. Verse 17. Luke chapter 15, verse 17. But when he came to himself, alright, reality hits. He says, in his own mind, right? Came to himself. Himself took responsibility, right? He said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and even to spare, and I'm perishing right here with my hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I'll say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Please make me even like one of your hired servants. And he arose and came back to his father. But when he was still afar off and a ways off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet, and bring the fatted calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is now found, and they began to make merry. Now his older son was in the field, and he came and drew near to the house and heard the music and the dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked, What do these things mean? And he said to him, Your brother has come, and because he has received him safe and sound, your father has killed the fatted calf. But the mature brother was angry and would not go in. Therefore his father came out and pleaded with him. So he answered and said to his father, Lo, these many years I have served you. I have never transgressed your commandment at any time, and yet you never gave me even a young goat, that I might make merry with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours came, who has devoured your livelihood with harlots, and you killed the fatted calf for him. And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. It was right that we should make merry and be glad your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and now is found. And that's the attitude of the Father about people returning to Him. All the past is forgiven. The Father's love was always there. The Son just didn't know it. And that's our Creator God. That's the Almighty. Folks, let's not be confused anymore. Let's get in our right minds. Let's find the right God, the true God, and the only God in Jesus Christ. And know Jesus has the answer. And those answers came from God His Father. And that we're to come to our right minds and know the Father loves us. To return to Him, to accept the compassion and the mercy for all of our wrongs, and to live a life as children of God. Live a life with the right understanding and a clean mind and a clear mind, appreciating the fellowship with God around other people that believe the same. It's not a religion, it's a reality. And in that reality of the compassion and the goodness of God, there's nothing that's more powerful than that love that comes from the Father. Keep your mind stable. Keep your actions godly towards the Father. Keep you learning in the words of Jesus Christ. Keep you on the way and the truth and the life that's the direction of ascending towards God. Constantly maturing and understanding His ways more and more each day. Forgiving yourself. Learning how to love yourself in spite of how you've acted and what you've done. Get out of that wasteful, demon destructive behavior that basically takes your life to the lowest levels it could possibly go. And let the Father reclothe you in that robe of being in the family of God. Not talking about a church, I'm talking about a relationship with God the Creator, God the Father in heaven. The ring symbolizes all the wealth of the family jewels. How do you like that? Hey, it's okay to laugh and have fun, but in these serious topics, sometimes humor is the only way to absorb everything that the Father has to say. We're all just children. We're all immature. We're all in need of the Father's guidance. We're all in need of the Father's teaching. And most of all, we're in need of knowing the Creator and His intentions toward us. And as we see here, He'll spare nothing to bring us the joy and satisfaction in knowing Him and knowing that our relationship with Him has never been affected by anything we've done. He'll give us whatever we want, whatever we ask for, in whatever measure. But maybe we should ask Him to not give us more than we can handle. Because in this story, this man asked for his wealth and the inheritance, and he couldn't handle it. He used it on harlots and wasteful living. Couldn't control himself. He was too immature. And he didn't realize that those things could take him places that he couldn't survive. And God is the only one that allows us to stand in the right place, in the right mind. In Christ's name, return to the Father.